For months now, the Jewish community on TikTok has called out Trisha for her inappropriate and anti-Semitic behavior. However, it wasn't until The Insider wrote an article about it that Trisha felt the need to defend herself on Twitter, claiming that she was a lot of things, but that she was not anti-Semitic. We're going to show you footage upon footage that may say otherwise.
Because it's not their culture. It's not their culture. It's a stereotype.
And so it's not a stereotype that all Jews walk around in IDF uniforms?
First of all, it's not that. The exact comparison would be me being like, oh, look at my, like, what's the stereotype about Jews? Like, oh,
we're cheap.
Cheap Jew.
Big nose.
Oh, my cheap Jew boyfriend with a big nose. I don't say that. I'm like, do what I like about the culture. Like, I'm not like stereotyping anybody.
We're going to start with her belief that all Jewish people are cheap. This is a claim that she has made repeatedly over the years and continues to spread.
All my Jewish friends always joke. Okay, I don't make the joke. They always joke that they're cheap. Like, I'm Jewish, I'm cheap. Like, that's a thing. I know it's a stereotype. It's probably a wrong stereotype, but all my Jewish friends joke about it, and all my Jewish friends are kind of cheap, so.
But there's certain things that you say that you should know is a stereotype that is also anti-Semitic.
The nose is the stereotype.
The world domination thing. Cheap is not.
But you kind of are.
Me?
Yeah.
No?
And this is not a stereotype. All of them have been cheap. Like, literally every boyfriend I've, like, dated that was even, like, half Jewish or whatever, like, or full Jewish, oh my god, so cheap. Never could pay for, like, parking. If we went to go see a movie, had a fancy dinner, I paid for all of it. Couldn't even pay, like, $10 for parking. I was like, are you kidding me?
Make sure we split the bill.
Actually, you're not a true Jew. You paid for this whole thing.
She stated that calling Jewish people is a joke, but who's laughing other than her? And if it's a joke, which is inappropriate in itself, why is she using it as an insult? Especially in this text message with Ethan while discussing business as co-workers? Here she described him as being so Jewy when he negotiated a higher percentage of the cut of their income. She has a long history as well of gatekeeping not only what is and isn't Jewish but also who is and who isn't Jewish. As you can see here in this compilation of her repeatedly telling Jewish individuals that they are not actually Jewish.
Because I only date Jewish guys. I only date Jewish guys.
Don't let Jason fool you. He's only a quarter.
I say that to him all the time because he told me.
He hates it.
I know, because he's like, I'm Jewish. No, you're not. You're only a quarter. He hates it. He doesn't say that.
Yeah. He leads with it. I'm like, not so quick there.
I love that you said that because I use that against him all the time now, too. It's great. He doesn't even celebrate Passover, nothing. He doesn't.
Wait, are you Jewish, Dan?
I'm half Jewish.
Wait, which half? Your mom or dad?
My dad. Which
Fake.
Right.
The mom's got to be
Girl,
Jewish.
you don't even have shit in you.
You're way more fake Jew than me.
Yeah, stop. Who are you? We've got like a Jewish supremacist over here.
My whole dad's side of the family is Jewish, so yes, I'm not Jewish.
The mom's got to be Jewish too.
Also, I don't know, because you say you're Jewish so often. He's not, girls. He's literally a quarter Jewish.
I get tricked a lot. My last boyfriend was only half Jewish. He told me he was a Jew. He kept saying, I'm a Jew, and then he was half Jewish. I was like, you are
Was
not
he circumcised?
I don't know if that matters. Probably not.
I mean, he got bullied for being a Jew, so whatever it is. Dude, you got to stop the Jewish gatekeeping.
First of all, he tricked me. I thought he was a full Jew, and then he's like, actually, my mom's only Jewish. I'm like,
Yeah, that's full Jew.
Okay, but his dad's like Catholic. You
want Jewish purity.
I need, yeah. That's what I'm trying to get.
You got to stop, bro.
Why?
Because it's weird. It's weird how you fetishize Jewish people.
It's not fetishizing. Okay,
but you can't be like, I was mad at my boyfriend because only his mom was Jewish.
But that's like, okay, that's like if someone's like,
weird.
I don't want to use this term. Oh, it's just like if someone tricked you, right? If someone's like, hey,
he didn't trick you.
I was born a girl. I have uterus, I can have a baby, and then you're not a girl.
He didn't trick you.
He said he was Jewish.
He is
Jewish. Thank you.
You know the Jew and me. I gotta get the Wednesday night seats.
Quarter Jewish of you. You know you're only half Jewish, so that's weird. Like my Jew, he ordered this because he knew stuff that sounded like Jewish. We went to Jewish jelly with your dad, but he's not Jewish, which is weird.
I was closest with the Jewish side of my family, so that's why I always say I'm Jewish, because my aunt, who I see is Jewish, all my cousins are Jewish, and then I have my dad's side of the family, but he didn't have any brothers and sisters, so.
I love having Hanukkah with a real Jew. This is so fun.
Her gatekeeping also apparently extends to which languages do and don't exist in the Jewish culture.
Yiddish is not even a real language. No one speaks Yiddish anywhere. It's like not a country that speaks Yiddish.
I think that it's a language that disappeared and came back.
Did it though? And the only one I know who speaks Yiddish is like Jew crazy. Like no one else speaks it.
Which of the following words is not Yiddish?
The official language of the Jews is Hebrew, not Yiddish. That's a made-up language that no one speaks anymore.
Which is odd, considering she criticized another creator for claiming that people weren't Jewish enough, as if it was out of line. When she does it herself all the time.
They were making fun of like other Jews on their page. They're like, I'm like, your name's Jew crazy. Shouldn't you be accepting all Jews? And they're like, they were like mocking other, like they were like pretending to be other Jewish people and like, you're not Jew. I was like, what?
Trisha also believes that anyone can pay a monetary price to become Jewish, calling it a fast pass. And when confronted by a Jewish individual who asked her to be more respectful and corrected her on how sacred and serious converting is, she doubled down on the claim and said that she could pay for it if she wanted to because that option is out there.
Did you, another hater here, but hey, we'll acknowledge. Did you stop trying to convert because no rabbi would allow it? That's actually quite the opposite. It's actually easier to convert than you would think. I could have even done like a fast pass one. It's really about donating. Like I wanted to actually learn and go through the classes, but like you could donate very quickly and just become Jewish. Like it's very possible. As a Jewish male, I have to say, dear, be careful with the way you're talking about certain aspects of Judaism. Hold on, wait. Conversion is a very sacred mitzvah with no financial fast pass. I respect it. I totally respect what you're saying. I was able to, there are people here that can escalate it quickly, but yeah, you're right. And I try and be as respectful as possible.
She's also stated before that she wants to be Jewish simply because she has no identity and frequently cosplays as a Jewish individual.
I just love Jewish culture. I just wish I had a culture. I really don't have an identity of my own. That's why I'm like trying to be so many different identities because I don't know who I am.
However, she's already made it clear that cosplaying as Jewish individuals is the least problematic thing she's done. We'd say that paired with everything else in this video, we would definitely consider it problematic.
Yikes. But also, us dressing in cosplay is the least problematic thing that we do.
Especially since her cosplaying has been known to take on sexual turns, making it appear as more of a fetish. Like here when she turned a sacred Jewish tradition into something sexual.
The white picket fence is, are you getting married under a chuppah or break the glass?
Well, we're going more natural, like the original huppahs. It's going to be like trees.
Yeah, it's kind of like a chuppah.
And then we're not going to break the glass.
Why do they do that? Why do they do break the glass?
It's a symbol for like Jerusalem. Because like so many times Israel was conquered by other countries. So they would conquer Jerusalem and break down the temple. You know, it's like your government house.
Kind of like you're doing dirty talk. Like, Israel's about to be conquered. I'm
So-
like, Israel will be conquered on our wedding night by the USA.
And here when she admitted to Ethan that she sexually plays into Moses being Jewish. Again, fetishizing it.
I love that he's Jewish. I look at him every time and I'm like,
Hopefully
wow.
that's not the best part about him.
It just turns me on a lot.
So weird.
So hot. I just love it.
You guys ever role play like into the Jewish thing?
We did once, but it was like too weird.
What was the
It
situation?
wasn't serious. It was just like, I told you about it. It was kind of weird.
No, what was it? No, tell me.
It was like a joke, but like it was weird and then we stopped.
Tell me, what was the
It
scenario?
was like the shower one. Like he was in the shower.
And let's not forget her tweets. She claims here that she's never said that she only dates Jewish men, but defends her right to say she has a preference for them. Even though two Jewish men in the room tell her they feel that that's fetishizing them.
Like, I love like Jews or whatever. But Moses thinks it's cool. Like, I'm ready to convert. He's like, that's cool. Like, if I say I love Jewish men, like, they're like, oh, okay, then I'm your type.
Girls go, I only date Jews.
I didn't say that though.
But she has in fact said on multiple occasions that she only dates Jewish men. As you can see here.
It's not fetishizing. It's a preference.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Because I only date Jewish guys. I only date Jewish guys.
She also talks about manifesting a real Jewish person into her life to date.
I manifested you when I was talking, well, this is totally unrelated, but I was talking to someone who like knows that I just like, whatever. This is gonna sound so bad. It's gonna sound so bad. Like he just knows that I like Jewish guys or whatever, and then he's just like, you would find one from Israel. Really? Is that bad? I don't know. That's like, I feel like that's like, yeah. Well, if you want to find like, a real Jew, I know this sounds so bad. I'm gonna get canceled for this. Like a real Jew, you have to go to Israel.
She claims here that once Ethan told her how offensive her Jewish comments were, she stopped, but that isn't true. As you can see here, she became very offended and combative when both Dan and Ethan explained to her how offensive and inappropriate she was being.
Like you said, it is fetishizing a group a little bit, but I mean,
that is not, no, I strongly
don't know.
Okay, how about this?
I don't know.
How about this? When
to say I like something?
okay.
She claims that the times that she has been offensive have been jokes. But has stated in the past that it's not okay to make jokes at a group's expense. Specifically citing that Jewish jokes aren't okay to make.
If I was making jokes, what if I started making jokes about Jewish people? Then
go ahead.
No, I don't want to.
What do you got?
No. I'm just saying, I'm not making jokes about Jews. You know what I mean? I'm not making jokes about. I was like genuinely questioning. So if you're genuinely questioning something, that's one thing. But you are like making jokes at someone. So if I was making jokes at Jewish people's expenses, if I was like, okay, you killed Jesus, you know what I mean? Like that's
not funny.
That's
just a statement.
And if she truly doesn't believe that she was in wrong, why did she once apologize for being anti-Semitic before that tweet she posted claiming she never was? You either were and are sorry about it, or you aren't sorry at all. We believe that she isn't sorry at all.
You've been a raging anti-Semite.
And I've apologized for my anti-Semitism.
Okay.
I think when someone apologizes, you should be able to accept them. Especially if my kids are going to be Jewish, I need to be not anti-Jewish.
Definitely should understand.
They might be anti themselves then. They'll be like, oh, I'm so confused.
Yeah, that's not good.
Since it seems pretty clear she's well aware of when she's being offensive.
Is it offensive to say Jews? I feel like that's so offensive when people are like, oh, you're a Jew? Isn't that offensive?
No, it's one of those weird words. It just depends how you say it.
Oh, like, you're such a Jew. It's like,
he's a Jew, like us.
Oh, I feel like only Jewish people can say that. It's kind of like a thing where like only fat people can judge fat and like, you know, black people and all that stuff. I feel like Jewish people can say like, oh, you're a Jew. It's a very heavy Jewish population, which this is nothing towards like Jewish people in general. It's like the Orthodox Jews. They're the Orthodox Jews think they run the area that I'm in, by the way. I mean, I know it sounds so bad because if you're not from LA, especially like the Wilshire, Fairfax district, like you're gonna not get it because they're like crazy. They actually think they like own it. Like I actually think they own it. Like if you're not in an Orthodox Jewish outfit, they like literally look down on you. Like I'm not kidding. They look down on you, they'll bump into you, they'll run into you, they'll like go in front of your car, they don't care. It's a lot of Jewish people in general. Jewish guys I've dated that are 100% Jewish, not you. 100% Jewish people like don't like you because they think, because I'll say like,
yeah.
They think they're like a higher bloodline. Like, I've probably been with like a dozen Jewish guys, like 100% Jewish, that were like so into their Judaism.
Really?
Oh my god, and they were just all the worst.
They were?
Oh my god, just awful. And they all thought they were the superiority complex. Just for the record, 75% of the Jewish men I've dated all had sex with hookers.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I can't speak for all the Jews, but
I can. Do something Jewy, like just do like a Jewish face.
We think it's pretty clear that nothing she has ever said about Jewish people could be called a joke. Or considered one. This behavior is problematic, hurtful, and it needs to stop. This is the